Hello there. Welcome to the Frugal Family. My name is Julie, also known here on YouTube for over 7 years as the Frugal Mama. This is a makeup live stream. I had 2 surgical procedures last week. It was a bit much to do in 1 week, but it was necessary and we got it done, and I have been recovering. It ended up being significantly, I've been out in the yard all morning, and so allergies are like crazy today. Significantly rougher recovery than I was anticipating. I am still on pain meds, which I had really hoped to not need them at all. That was me being so optimistic and naive. I had definitely hoped that I wouldn't be on them by now, but that's where we're at, still in the sling. I will be updating all of the stuff over on my, hi Vicky, thanks for being here, over on my grown-up channel, which is called My Current Obsession. I'm pretty sure I've documented this part of it pretty extensively, comprehensively over there. So if you're like, what is this about? It's all there over on My Current Obsession. But in a nutshell, I live in a broken down, burning circus of a body with an autoimmune disease and chronic illness and assorted things. And we are doing everything we can over this next 6 months, assorted procedures, surgeries, all kind of stuff. Not major surgeries, but assorted surgical procedures and stuff we're throwing everything at the wall and trying to fix as much as we can so that by next spring, I should be like up and going, just like in really good condition. We'll see how that goes, but if you want to follow that journey or know what all that's about, that's over on My Current Obsession. Hello, Lab. Hello, Kristen. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Judy. So, the other surgical procedure, I am working on a comprehensive video for the other channel, but I'll give you just the nutshell version of that. It's been a journey, which is why I'm doing a video over there documenting, because it's been almost 7 months of a journey that I've not told any of you about, because why worry, and I wasn't telling my family either, so don't feel bad. But why worry everyone? Hi, Manuela. Hi, Julianne. Why worry everyone if, like, unnecessarily, makes more sense to wait until you have answers and that kind of thing, right? So, nutshell, I'm not gonna be able to do this in a nutshell, but just nutshell, it's not cancer, but we were making sure it wasn't. But also, there are bad things that aren't cancer. So again, I will be doing a much more comprehensive video over on My Current Obsession about this almost 7-month journey. Also, just a reminder, I am on pain meds, narcotics right now, and so we're staying awake with this. We will be opening a box that one of you sent to us once I do this kind of housekeeping. So, make this as succinct as possible. Like 7 months ago, I noticed a spot on my back. Many of you know that I have a very long history of tanning. It's a thing. It was what it was. I preach against it all the time, but yeah, tanning beds in my late teens, clear through my early 30s. Yeah, big mistake, so much wasted money. And that's why I have all of these sunspots that I've been fighting the last couple of years. But I had ended up with a spot on my back that I don't even remember how I noticed it, because it's in kind of a funny place, but I noticed it. I had one of the kids take a picture of it. Just like, you notice something new, and I know there's a lot of people, and I should do this, especially with such a long history of tanning and with a family history of skin cancer. Um, I should be doing those, yearly skin checks where they get you butt ass naked and check for stuff. I haven't, but I will, especially after this scare. So I monitored the spot, took pictures, like, every 3 to 4 weeks or every 5 weeks or whatever. I did the responsible thing. I had 3 different doctors look at it, none of them dermatologists, but other doctors that I was seeing for, myriad other things. And all of them said, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Watch and wait, you know, keep an eye on it, but don't worry about it. Okay. So sometimes I messed with it, as you do, and thought it must be an ingrown hair. It must be, whatever. And it just wouldn't go away. And then I noticed about a month ago, maybe, yeah, a month ago, I noticed it was bugging me because it was like right kind of on the waistline, definitely of like my under things, of my underwear. It was like right on the waistline there. And it rubbed against it and it hurt. And I was like, this is not good. And I had the kids take another picture of it. And then I was like, God, that looks like it's grown, and I kind of felt it because it was growing bigger on the outside, but also you could feel it on the inside under the skin right over my spine, and it had grown a lot. I'm talking like, oh, hi, Alyssa. Happy belated birthday. It had been growing. Like I hadn't palpated it in quite some time, and it was at least 4 times the size of the last time I had, since like the beginning, but it had doubled at least since the last time I had felt it. And that's under the skin. On the outside, it ended up measuring 10 millimeters. And anyway, so I noticed it had grown significantly and it hurt a little bit. And I was like, all right, let's be responsible, Again, with the family history of skin cancer, and with my long, unfortunate history of tanning beds, I said, okay, let's just see if there's an appointment available. Let's just go see. And I was out running errands anyway. And so I stopped by the dermatologist, and they had an appointment that afternoon. And I was like, oh God, okay. All right, universe. Okay. So ended up going back a couple hours later. They did a shave biopsy, and I got the results like 3 days later that it came back as benign, but was recommended that we remove it anyway. And I was like, that's going to cost. And we already have medical bills out the wazoo, and all those things. I live in America. I do have good insurance, but I'm very expensive. I am very expensive. And I was like, I don't know. I'll think about it. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I just, hi, Renee. The 2 biggest thoughts were, I don't want to make a big deal out of nothing. 3 thoughts. I don't want to make a big deal out of nothing. It's going to cost a ton of money, and there was a lot of guilt with that because I am so damn expensive. And then 3, the other thought, which is very naive but also incredibly common, was, okay, but the test said it's not cancer, so it's not something I need to worry about. I'm not going to worry. You know what I mean? And oh, Dennis, my darling love, thank you so much for that. Oh my God. Dennis, thank you. I didn't wear makeup today, so, and I'm on pain medicine. So yeah, the dermatologist left the choice up to me, as they do. Thank you, Judy. But recommended that I have it removed. Most especially because it was growing and growing so quickly. And said that, when they removed it, they would test it again. That although the shave biopsy, thank you, lab, although the shave biopsy was negative, they still like to test the actual growth. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. We're getting there. And so I thought about it, and I'm just going to admit this. I hadn't even told James. This is awful, all right? But I hadn't even told James about any of it until after I had the shave biopsy done. And my mom said, you need to tell your husband. And of course, he was upset at, the situation that I hadn't told him. And is like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And yes, it was. But again, it was one of those things where, why worry anyone when I don't have any answers yet? I didn't have any answers. And so why worry anyone? And my body is always burning down, and we're always going through tests, and here's another problem, and here's another thing with Julie, and oh God, here she goes again. You know what I mean? And it gets old as the one going through it, but also as the family affected by it. It gets old. Not just expensive in like money, but mentally, emotionally, it gets old. And I didn't want to put him through that. And even the kids, when I had them taking pictures of it, we just talked about it as a zit. That's all we said it was. Because I wasn't going to worry them either. I just wanted to have them take pictures of this ridiculous, crazy zit on mom's back, and we would laugh about it, and, they would say it's gross, and, So finally, after did the shave biopsy and all that, then finally I did talk to the kids about it, of course. And we all decided whatever happens, however it goes, as a family, we're going to be all right. We're going to take care of it, whatever it is. We're going to take care of it, and it's going to be okay. So then we have the shave biopsy. It comes back negative. Thank you, Manuela. Yes, I would love a thumbs up, you guys. Thank you so much. So came back negative. I go through all this. Am I going to have it removed? And that's going to cost us more money. And what kind of recovery is that going to be? So they detailed what that would involve. And it was an in-office procedure. They have surgical rooms at the dermatologist office. It's a local anesthetic, so you don't have to go under, which is fantastic because I don't ever want to have to go under again, though I will have to for something. But anyway, so in-office procedure, they cut it out, they sew you up. It hurts for a few days, but it's not that bad, not that bad. And I was like, well, should we do this? And ended up deciding, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. So got that scheduled, and it was scheduled for like, I think it was like 3 weeks out that it was scheduled for. And they ended up calling me the next day, I think it was 1 or 2 days after I had scheduled for like 3 weeks out. They called me and said, do you know, we had a cancellation on Monday. They were calling me like Friday and said, we had a cancellation Monday. Let's get you in and get that done. Oh my God, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. You guys know if I'm going to have a procedure of any kind done, I want everything ready. I want everything prepared, And it was all very sudden. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. But okay, all right, I'll take that appointment. And I'm so glad I did. And I'm so glad I got it removed, because there are other things that can really mess you up that aren't cancer. And I didn't know what was going to be the case, But we get in, they clean everything, they numb it, they have me lying down. That'll all be in the video documentation. Hi, Elizabeth. That'll be over on my current obsession. That is my uncensored, unfiltered grown-up channel. And they get me all ready. Hi, Virginia. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. They get me all prepped. And then once I'm numb, I thought it was going to be, for whatever reason, I thought it would be like a vertical incision, but it ended up being a horizontal incision. And the growth ended up being quite a bit bigger than we had anticipated. And I had thought in my mind, in fact, right before the surgery, I thought actually maybe it had shrunk. To me, it kind of felt like it had shrunk. No, it hadn't. It hadn't. It hadn't shrunk. It had, well, I'll get to that when the pathology gets, okay, hold on. Back up. It was bigger than anticipated. The incision was much bigger than I had anticipated. I don't know. I had done a little bit of research before going in, just to like what the incision looks like. It's all vanity. No one's going to be seeing that but James and myself and, my kids. But I wanted to know, how big is that slice going to be, right? And I thought it was going to be teeny tiny because the on the outside, this lesion was 10 millimeters. And I thought, well, it's not going to be much bigger than that. Oh no, it was much bigger. And that was because of the size of the actual growth. There was only that little bit that you could see on the outside and that was barely raised at all, but the mass of it was on the inside. And so it ended up being quite a big incision. They took it out. I wanted to see what it looked like, and they showed me, and there will be pictures of that in that video on my current obsession coming soon. And then honestly, the worst part of the whole thing was cauterizing. I didn't know they were going to have to do that. And maybe I should have asked for more details of step-by-step what's going to happen. But because I just assumed, they're just going to cut it out and then sew me up. No, they cauterized first because it was quite a bit of a canyon they cut into that part of my back, and they had to cauterize the whole thing. And the smell, Jesus, God. Oh, bleh. Look, I love my horror movies and my true crime documentaries and crime scene this and that. I can handle it visually. The smell, no, absolutely not. It was awful. They ended up giving me like a lifesaver candy, hard candy to suck on because the smell was so awful. They're used to it. Of course, they're used to it. Excuse me. Turns out my brother, who is a doctor in Arizona, had done a cyst removal the day before I got mine done. He didn't even know I was having that done. So I told him, and he was like, I just did one of those yesterday. So anyway, so they cauterize it, and then they sewed up the inside layers with the stitches that will dissolve. Then they sewed up the outside, and it took, I'm trying to remember. I'll have the for sure number in the journal video, but it was 9 or 10 stitches. I think it was 10 stitches on the outside, which was a lot more than I expected. I expected like one little stitch. No, it is long. It is a big incision. So they put the growth into a little jar. Yes, Manuela, a lot like Dr. Pimple Popper. I've never watched any of that stuff, but yeah. Oh, Kristen. Oh, you worked in a plastic surgery office. Oh, I bet you've got stories. So, yeah, I bet you do. I bet you got some stories. So they put the thingy in a little jar with some solution, and they let me rest for a little bit because I was really dizzy for some reason. There's no reason to be dizzy because I hadn't gone under or anything. I think it was nerves. Honestly, I think it was nerves and the smell of the cauterizing. So they get all that done, and then I finally feel comfortable getting up and leaving. And then the inside stitches dissolve on their own, but the outside ones would need to be removed. So we scheduled that. That's this Friday. that they're going to be taking them out, which will be almost 2 weeks from the procedure. And then they said, we'll go ahead and test the thingy, the cyst, and then we'll call you with the results. Okay. And I wasn't worried about it because they'd already done the shave biopsy and that had already come back negative. And so I was like, I'm not worried. It's not cancer, but again, common misconception that cancer is the only thing that can hurt you. It's not true. There are so many other ways your body can betray you. Hi, Shatika. I'm so glad you're here. So 3 or 4 days later, they called me again and said, they tested it and it's, again, it's not cancer. And I thought that was going to be it, we'll see you to take the stitches out. She's like, but, and I'm like, wait, but what? But what? And she said, okay, so, yes, it was a cyst. And the reason that it felt like to me that it had shrunk, but that it actually was much bigger than anticipated was because it had ruptured. And that can be a simple thing or a really bad thing, depending on how it ruptures, where it ruptures, how your body responds to it. So those that don't know, I am on a monthly injection that I inject myself here at home now called Xolair. And it is an immunosuppressant, a biologic medicine that is coded as chemotherapy. It's not chemotherapy, but it's coded that way as a biologic and immunosuppressant. And that is to fight my insane, severe allergy situation that a lot of you know about. It keeps me alive. It keeps me from breaking out in hives all the damn time if I just breathe wrong. But it also suppresses your immune system. And so I am, hi Kaza, I am susceptible and vulnerable to a lot of things. If you guys know, if I get a cold, a little simple cold, I'm down for like 2 weeks. I just don't have a strong immune system because my own system is always trying to destroy me. And so I'm on an immunosuppressant. So anyway, so this cyst had burst under the skin right next to my spine. And if it hadn't burst, it could have continued growing and potentially penetrating or not penetrating, but squishing, moving into, not into, but against my spine, which would not be a good thing. That would not be a good thing at all. The location of it was an issue, so a good reason for it to be removed because of how fast it had been growing. So it, could compress that area of the spine. That's not a good thing. And then it had burst, so that wasn't going to happen. But what was happening was when they burst, the stuff leaks out into your body. Not all of it. It won't completely drain. But a lot of it will come out and leak into the surrounding tissues. And a few things can happen from that. You can get a massive infection. You're open to infection that way. And then also you can end up like with a lot of heat and weird lines coming off it, just infection-y kind of stuff. Hi, Bonnie, that you look for on the outside of the skin. Well, mine was quite deep it had invaded quite deeply in the layers of skin. And so it wasn't showing on the outside because it was all on the inside. And luckily it hadn't gotten infected yet. There was no cellulitis or any of that yet, which is great. But what was happening was that my body was attacking it as though it were a foreign body or a foreign object, which does happen. Sometimes people will find that there's a piece of glass or a sliver or a something that was in that cyst, and the body goes to attack it. I don't have all the particular, I'm not a doctor. I don't have all the particulars of the potential complications and everything beyond infection being a huge one, or if it hadn't ruptured and was continuing to grow, could have compressed the spine. But what I do know is that with a suppressed immune system like mine, and where my body was attacking it and putting all of its resources into attacking what it considered a foreign body, it had even more suppressed my already suppressed immune system and had taken a bunch of my resources towards that, so that if I were to get sick with anything else, it could be disastrous. It could be catastrophic. And then especially where I'm having these other procedures done at the same time, not knowing this was going on, no wonder I had been so tired, so just drained and fatigued and not knowing why. Well, it's because, in part, because all of my body's limited resources were going towards attacking this situation in my back. All of that to say, I'm so glad I went ahead and said, you know what? Yeah, it's going to be pricey. Let's get that damn thing out. I'm so glad I did. I had no idea all these other possibilities and situations I didn't know. But guys, suffice to say, follow your gut. If you get this instinctive, this whatever feeling that better to be safe than sorry, something doesn't seem right, get someone to look at it and get the right people to look at it. Because like I said, I had 3 different doctors, none of them dermatologists, but other ones that I was seeing, my primary care, and then others for other things. All of them had said, don't worry about it. But where it got to 6.5 months, and I realized how much it had grown and how long it had been there, I went to the right doctor for that condition and ended up saving us a lot of money in the long run because of all those other potential complications and what was going on. And saving myself from so much more potential trouble and problems. And it was absolutely the right thing to do. Getting it completely removed, not just lanced, because then it can just come back. But no, the whole thing completely removed. I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I listened to my instincts, to my gut, whatever, and pursued it. And I'm so glad. So glad. Because who knows? Who knows where we could have ended up? And I already am, yeah, we didn't need more. And it's healing beautifully. It's looking really good. I get the stitches out this Friday. And it really has not been that bad after the first few days. The problem was I had that done, and then 2 days later had this done. And that was too much in 1 week. But that was just how it all, this was already scheduled and needed to be done. And so it's been a rough little bit since getting that done, getting both those things done. But we're getting through it. We're getting through it. And you guys know there's always something going on with me. So thank you for sticking with me and being patient. But anyhow, yeah, I'm really glad I got it out too. So glad. There's all that. That is why I am it's part of why I am on pain medicine. Not really for the thing on my back anymore. It doesn't hurt anymore. But this still hurts a lot. And I know that part of that is that we have 2 things that my body's trying to heal from at the same damn time. And so, of course, it's going to take longer. So I am still on pain meds, but we're trying to counteract that right now with some Diet Coke. Yeah, you guys, listen to your gut. And I know that's easier said than done because it all costs so damn much. I know that. But it could have cost a hell of a lot more. And there are plenty of other things that it could have been and complications that could have happened. And death is pretty expensive too, just to, put that out there. So get stuff checked out and don't go to tanning beds. Not that a tanning bed caused this particular thing, but it definitely has put me at a much higher risk for a lot of stuff. So, yeah. Okay, all of that, we are caught up and we're at the halfway point. So we have mail to open as promised in the title of this video. And we're going to jump in and we're going to do it. It's going to be a little bit mostly one-handed, so bear with me. This is from R. Stevens from Colorado. All right. And I don't know what it's going to be. I have my scissors out just in case they are needed. Excuse me. Problem with having my Diet Coke, I am very burpy. Sorry. Kristen, I haven't blocked you. So, and if you're blocked, your message wouldn't have shown up. So I don't know what that's about. Oh, Kaza, that's awesome. Thank you. I will be looking forward to it. That's wonderful. So Kristen, I don't know. Why is it that you think you're blocked? I have not blocked you. I mean, I have moderators that could have, but I don't know why they would. Okay, anyway, so first there is some gorgeous tissue paper with sparkles. Okay, great, good, awesome, Kristen. Yeah, you're not blocked. I'm glad we figured that out. But this is gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. Yeah. No one's been blocked. But anyway, I will add this to our gifting supplies. Oh, it's so pretty, and purple is so beautiful, and it's sparkly. Oh, yeah, Dennis, I have the same P.O. box that I have had since I got a P.O. box, and it's always in the video description of any of our edited videos. I think it's in some of our other videos too. It shows up in the video description, but it's the Frugal Family P.O. Box 50492, Provo, Utah 84605. Okay, then there are bubbles, and we will use these too. We will reuse these, absolutely. Then there's paper, and we'll use this too. And then, oh, what do we have here? First, there is some gorgeous either wrapping paper or tissue type paper, and it's this. Look at this. Oh, you guys know. You know, I love rainbows, and I love, oh God, look at that. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. Yes, I'm wearing my, well, I would say Halloween, but it's really not. I wear this all year, but my skeleton with his or her coffee, and yeah, oh, and look, I got new earrings too. These are from Temu. Look how gorgeous those are. Aren't they wonderful? Way better quality than they have any right to be from Temu. I mean, we get some good stuff from Temu, but like, these are gorgeous. I've been working on the Halloween yard display. That and like just garden stuff, yard stuff, but mostly on the Halloween yard display. It's tricky because I'm mostly one-handed here, and so, but I invested in a couple little things for the yard display, and so I've been working on that. Exclusive sneak peeks and updates of the Halloween yard display over on Patreon. Some of them are even free, or they like come out after a few days to everybody. So you don't have to be a paying Patreon member to see some of that goodness. Okay. And I do link those on our Facebook page. But anyhow, yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God. Okay, we will be using that. Then, hold on, sustenance. Okay, what in the world do we have here? Okay, they're like wrapped in a shirt I'll have to get out, but oh my God. Oh, these are gorgeous. Oh, these are gorgeous. My goodness. Look at these. So you're like, I can't see it. Sorry. Right here. Look at this beautiful doll. Jeez. I want to do something with her hair. I don't love the way it's styled. I want to style it a little differently, but look at that. And she's even got little shoes. Hello. Oh, okay, that is precious. And she has a pillow. Then there are two little twins, and they look like they need a teeny bit of work, but I'm fine with that. We can do that. Here's one, and they're on little stands. Look at that fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? I got a sponsor offer the other day for a like kimono house coat thing. This reminds me of that. Look at how gorgeous that is. I don't know anything else about them. I don't see any like defining marks or anything like that. Yeah. But look how cute that is. And then the other one is, I believe it's a twin. Almost oh, well, yeah, basically a twin, because here's the girl to the boy. And sorry, I can't lift with that hand, but let's see if we can have them both at the same. See what I mean? Little twins. So his coat has those little types of hooky thing, and then hers is this style, more kimono style, right? Or are they both called kimono? Like, because there's the boy kind the girl kind and the boy kind. And I know the girl kind is called kimono, but what about the boy? Is that I don't know. I'm ignorant on that, or uneducated on that. And look, it's even got that fold thing in the back. And she has beautiful braids. I'm going to have Mariah kind of suss her hair and pretty it back up. Mariah's really good at that with the dolls, and she's got a little flower in her hair. Oh, she's beautiful. You guys are saying to look on the back. Oh, here we go. Okay, it says, well, I'll show you. And they definitely need some tightening up. I'll have to look up how to do that without hurting them. So they're from Germany. Okay, and thanks for the tip, Judy, on looking in the back. But so Germany, and it says, well, there's a big letter K, made in Germany. There's a 12 after that, and then under it 243 JOK. All right, on her, and then on him, I can't lift that arm. I can, but boy, it hurts. The same, except that on this one, someone has scratched in their name, Irene. Okay. And then on this one, oh, there's nothing on the back of the neck on this one. Nothing at all. Any other ideas of? An interesting thing is that, and I've had a lot of porcelain dolls, and I've seen a lot of porcelain dolls, and something interesting about these, a couple of things. One, the whole body is porcelain. And a lot of times it'll be just the appendages and the head that are porcelain, and the torso will be fabric. The whole thing is porcelain. I don't know that I've ever had one like that. On the butt, nothing on the butt. But another interesting thing, besides it being completely bisque, or porcelain, is that they're all three of them are strung together internally. They've got, and I don't know enough about how they're made to know if this is fairly normal or what. I just know based on the ones, oh God, that hurts. On the ones that I've had is what I can, base my knowledge on. But they're held on with like how to explain it. Well, I'll just try to show it because, okay, see, there's like a ball and then some metal, and they're held on through a cord inside. So like they're all held together kind of internally by these like cords that somehow hopefully we can tighten. And do you know these ones are also bisque or porcelain, the entire body. Like I don't know. These are definitely different than what I've had. Most of the ones that I've had are the like, Walmart was really into porcelain dolls 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago. God, has it been that long? And that's when I was collecting mine. And most of them, the ones that I bought, were from Walmart. I have one that my mom got that for me, that was definitely higher quality. But other than that, most of the ones that I have or have had have been more the Walmart quality. Other than there's one or two that you guys have sent me, or that I got from my grandmother-in-law, that was definitely a higher level of quality. So I've never experienced ones like this. These are new to me, like where the whole body is porcelain. Excuse me. I have no experience with that. I will show you the shoes. This is interesting. These little tiny shoes were made in the USA. So that right there tells me these are a little older. I'm not going to say they're antique, but vintage at least, because little plastic shoes are not being made in the USA anymore. So that's something. But then the body, at least of these other ones, they were made in Germany. But there's no info on this one. One of you asked, let's see, Manuela, I will try to remember to do that. Yeah, I will try to remember to do that. There's also in here, there's some padding, and then there's a t-shirt. Let's skip lunch. And it's got a whole bunch of measuring tapes. I'm not sure I love the message on that, but let's do sleep. Joe Boxer, that's got to be like back in the day. I think that's a brand I was familiar with like 30 years ago. Probably just in there to keep these safe. But anyhow, if you guys have any thoughts on these, tell me in the comments. These ones don't have shoes. So like where the other one had shoes made in the USA that could at least give us an idea that, hey, that, those have been a while. These ones don't. Oh, and there's Robin. I was almost certain, Robin, that it was you, but on the thing it just said R. Stevens, and then I was like, wait, she had said that she was going to be sending something, but then I couldn't remember who it was that it said they were sending something. Anyway, there's Robin. She has joined us. Yes, they have shown up. And Robin, we've all been detectives sleuthing here, trying to figure out, well, anything about these beautiful dolls. The thing that I've been noting as the most significant to me is that the whole body is the porcelain or bisque. Robin, if there's anything you can tell us about them, please do. These are so beautiful. These are just beautiful. And like I was saying, I've never had any like this. Oh, you don't know? Well then, Robin, where'd you get them? Tell us the story. Please tell us the story about them. so that we can know more about it. Anyway, thank you, Robin. Julie N., I had the cyst removed, excuse me, this Friday will be almost 2 weeks. So no, this coming Monday would be 2 weeks. So go backwards from that. A week and a half ago, a week ago. Oh my God, a week ago. Only a week ago. Wow. I had not put that together. Yeah, a week ago. I had the cyst removed a week ago. Oh, someone gave them to you. And they didn't give you any information about them, Robin? Manuela, I will get that info to you. Some pictures of them and whatnot. So, oh, and that's what it was wrapped in. No information. Was it, sorry, now I gotta pry a little bit. Mostly because we're on the hunt now for information. Like, this is a mystery. This is a mystery that we're gonna work on solving. Yeah, the numbers have to mean something, Virginia. They have to. But what? What do they mean? We know they're from Germany. The twins are from Germany. The other one, we don't know anything except that his shoes were made in the USA. But the other two are from Germany. I'm going to send some pictures of them to Manuela. She's going to be doing some research. The shoes, yeah, I don't know, Manuela. My thought is the one could be made in the US because it doesn't have the Germany marks on it. And shoes like that, stuff like that, they are never made in the US anymore. So it could have been made in the US a long time ago. A long time ago. Thanks for clarifying that, Robin. I appreciate that. I absolutely appreciate that. She was just saying that's why I told you if you didn't want them, then you can sell them. And I appreciate you giving me that kind of, permission, if you will. That means a lot. We try to use and enjoy and make the best of and the most of anything and everything that we've been sent. But sometimes there are things either we can't use or we know someone that needs them or we just don't have space or whatever. But this is a mystery. This is a mystery that we're going to have to really look into. The numbers, like we were talking about, those always mean something. A maker's mark of some kind. I wish they would have just put the brand on them, but a maker's mark, maybe a run, like, a run of a particular kind. But the numbers are usually some kind of identifier. Thank you, Robin. God, I appreciate that so much. I do appreciate that so much. Yeah, we've been on the decluttering route, the decluttering rampage, if you will. Oh, but I'm so intrigued. I do love a good mystery. Not just horror. I love mystery too. So I know that the numbers have to do with the run or what factory they were made in or a particular style or a particular collection. Sometimes the numbers can even have to do with who exactly made them, which not necessarily the brand, but the person, the craftsperson that was working on whatever item. Oh, hold on, Reagan's home. I don't know why he's home right now. It's early. Just a sec. You don't have your key?
I do, but it's in my backpack.
I am feliz. I'm on a live stream, babe.
Oh, today is early out.
Oh, it's early out?
Yeah, it's Monday.
Oh, it is Monday, isn't it? I forgot. I don't know. The days, the pain medicine, you guys. It just, oh, look at you guys. I have a whole team of sleuths all jumping in. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Oh, you're wonderful. Okay. Anyway, but I know that in some, especially in the old days when things weren't as mass produced, I'm not saying these aren't mass produced, but what I am saying is that in some crafting of things, the mark on them could even indicate which craftsperson in the facility worked on that particular item, whether it's, a pitcher, a vase, a doll, a toy, whatever. And so those marks, well, but they were both identical. Oh, well, and I think that's why one of you said that it had to be a pair, like a set. I think somebody said that, and I agree. Yeah, like a limited edition kind of set. Now, to further the intrigue, one of them has the name Irene on the back. So, Robin, you don't need to give us too much information, okay? But the person that gave them to you, was that Irene? We need to know this. This is vital. Because then we would know that's who they belonged to. That's who they were. That's who. Oh, they weren't? Oh, it deepens. The mystery deepens. Robin says no. It wasn't Irene. Yes, Manuela, spelled Irene. And that's only on one of them. And I'm almost certain that was kind of scratched on after manufacturing. So I would guess, is that a German name? I would guess, yeah, you don't know what you've opened up here, Robin. They just gave me the box. But we've got a mystery here. I've been, over the last, year or two, very much into tracking stuff. I've gone down some rabbit holes. I've gotten, I've been obsessed a little here and there, and have gotten really into the history of things and of people and trying to track stuff down and, anyway, stuff like that. So, oh, hi, Pamela. I'm so glad you could join us. Yeah, we are wrapping up, but better late than never. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll go back and watch the whole thing from the beginning, because I do a lot of updates, things that are pretty important throughout the video. But now we are looking at these gorgeous, completely porcelain, all porcelain dolls, including the bodies, the torsos of these dolls that Robin sent to us. And a mystery is unfolding before us. Really, Robin? Did it look like it was it the same kind of style? Does it say Germany on the back of its head? Yeah, was it kind of the same style as these, or I don't know. Is it, well, and another question, is the body also porcelain like these ones, the torso? And is it in this same kind of Asian inspired style? Oh, I am so glad you said that, Manuela. Oh my God. Yes, such a good idea. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Manuela sounded a note of caution. Please wait before you try to fix her head. Probably an expensive doll, should be examined by a specialist doll doctor. You're absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. Keep in mind, I'm on some pain medicine, some heavy pain medicine, barely counteracted by the Diet Coke. As far as getting my mind clear, we're not operating any heavy machinery today or signing documents, because Mama's not all there today. But you're right. Yes. I will not touch them. I will not try to make any changes, improvements, fixes, nothing. I won't until we have more information. I'll have to look and see if there's, I don't know if she's alive anymore. Dang it. A guy that I used to date 100 years ago, his mother made porcelain dolls. And I don't know to like what extent, if she made them from scratch, you know what I mean? Like, but she was very much into porcelain dolls, and so but I don't even know if she's still living, because he was a lot older than me, so she was probably, well, so but I'm sure I can find someone in the great state of Utah. Well, and do you know what else? There are communities like on Facebook for anything and everything you could possibly be interested in. There's a community for that on Facebook or whatever social media platform. So guaranteed I can find someone either local or on one of these pages in one of these groups that would know how to fix it, like how to tighten the inner workings. Bonnie, I could take them to an antique store, but if they don't have specific knowledge of porcelain dolls, if they're just more of their knowledge is of antiques in kind of general, they might not be any better at it than me. You know? I think we need to find someone with that specific knowledge, training, expertise. But this is my promise right now, I won't do anything to them. What about their hair? Can we, maybe I shouldn't even do that, huh? I had just thought, what if, to kind of brush it out and rebraid, maybe we shouldn't even do that. I really want to. Well, with the ones with the short hair, that shouldn't be a problem. But the one that has the braids, maybe not. That would be awesome, Robin. That would be so cool. If you, only when you have time and it's at your convenience, all right? I don't want you to have to go digging through stuff, big, crazy effort just to help satisfy my curiosity. But when you have a minute and it's convenient to you, then yes, I would love any more information that you can give, especially if the other dolls are from the same person. Yeah. If any of the other dolls are from the same person that gave you these ones, oh, who knows what that could add. Let me know when you have time, of course. All right, you guys are saying don't do anything, don't, just leave them alone, leave them as is. Okay, I will. Now, all right, one thing I will note before we wrap up is that so the one that's more like a baby that has the little shoes does not have a doll stand. The other two, they do have doll stands, but these are brand new. Like, you see that? Well, maybe not like brand new, but they're new. These are not original. The stands are definitely not original. So, I don't know that helps at all. But the stands are not original. I will show you, I want you to see this, what I'm talking about. Do you see? That's how they're obviously incredibly loose. Oh, you put the stands on them. Okay, thank you, Robin. Yeah, just to clarify, for those, all my little sleuths out there that are already jumping into the research, the stands did not come with them. Robin included those, thank you. So these would not be part of your research. Excuse me, God. But I just wanted to show you what those, inner workings kind of look like. Okay? Sorry I'm burping on all of you, but it's the Diet Coke. Yeah, so just a good look. That's what that string looks like, which I'm going to assume is original to the doll. I don't know. Of course, I don't know. But we're going to assume that that's original. Okay? I've never seen inside one of these dolls. So that's really interesting to see that the, inner workings, interconnection, and the neck, which is also quite loose. You can see there's a wooden ball of some kind in there. Oh, and it looks like she does have a boo-boo where a part has been chipped away. Life, life happens. I highly doubt that is part of, was part of her creation or whatever. That was probably from being loved. Okay, what else can I show you? Delicate. Yeah, I don't know what else we would need to see or know, but sorry to expose you, my love. But she does have a belly button. And like I mentioned, this is just, I've never seen the inner workings because there's never been inner workings. You know what I mean? All the ones I've experienced, the torso, the body has always been fabric and fluff with the appendages and the head like kind of sewn on kind of a thing, Whereas this, no, it's all, well, and it's loose on this side, so you can also see the workings. You can see the workings of the arms on both sides. See that? Yeah, I've never seen one like this. This is new to me. Amazing. And I don't want to breathe on them wrong, where I just don't know anything about them yet. And there's her belt pieces, okay, which I'm guessing are all original. Well, okay, here, not necessarily. Sorry, we're going over time. Just a minute. The eyes don't move, and they're just, they look like glass eyes. Okay. But she does have teeth, and do you know she's got a tongue? There is a fabric. These are important details, I think. There is a fabric piece of felt, it looks like, in there for the tongue. I've never seen that before. But what I was going to note, I'm going to take this gently off of her so that I can show you. Hold on. Okay. All right. This might help us. I don't know. But here in the little kimono jacket, this has no tags of any kind, and these look like homemade kind of stitches. And so there is another possibility. Now, I do think the clothing and whatnot, especially based on the hairstyles and the flower and the whatever and the shape of the eyes and all of that, the original theme was Asian inspired. Okay. Was that made by a company with that specific theme, or was this an independent doll making craftsperson who ordered the parts a specific way and then made these clothes themselves? Because, and I don't know that clothing for dolls and everything has always had tags. Maybe it hasn't. But with my limited sewing experience, this very much looks homemade. You see the way this is cut? And not like serged or anything, serged. This, and the way this fold and everything and the way that's sewn, these have to have been homemade. I'm not saying homemade is a bad thing. Not in any way, shape, or form. It's just more information. So if that is the case, the dolls were made in Germany. But the clothing might not have been. Okay, all right, they don't always have tags. I get that, but look at this sewing. Like, this doesn't say factory to me, necessarily. I could absolutely be wrong. But believe it or not, folks, a lot of people used to sew all their own stuff, including for their dolls and creations. They sewed it all themselves at home. So I don't know. Now, okay, well, let's look real quick because I do need to go. What if we look? I'm looking on the boy, on his clothes, and again, no tags, and the same kind of style of craftsmanship on his clothing as well. We are left with a mystery here because, as mentioned, the doll parts were made in Germany. Ooh, here's a thought. Where it says Irene, what if it was Irene who put these together, who did the clothing, who ordered these parts from Germany or from whatever doll parts supplier that got them from Germany, ordered all these parts and put them together, made the clothing, and left her mark, not as the person that bought these. And this makes so much sense because remember earlier I was saying that a lot of times one of those numbers will indicate the craftsperson that made them. Well, hello, Irene. I bet, because how often do you buy porcelain dolls and then scratch your name on them? I mean, little girls and little boys often will write their name, perhaps, a la Andy on Toy Story, put their names on them. But what if, and Manuela, with that in mind, and that could be the case, absolutely could be the case. But what if Irene, who has very beautifully with, I mean, it looks nice the way she's done it, how well you can see that. But what if Irene added her name on there because she was the one that put these together and made the clothing? We don't know. Will we ever know? I don't know. Oh, ay, infeliz. Yeah, see, there you go, Lab. Yeah, for time immemorial, until the Industrial Revolution, and even beyond that, some people have made on their own clothing and clothing for their dolls. So it is very possible that we have a person here named Irene who at some point ordered these doll parts that were made in Germany in this particular style, then created the clothing for them and scratched her name on the back of one of them. That's a possibility. It's also a possibility that these were special edition, etc., made by a company in Germany and fully assembled there. I don't know. But I will update you with whatever I come up with or what our sleuths come up with and let me know about. And as I am resting, because I have promised myself I am going to rest before I do any more out on the Halloween yard display, promise, I'll do some research myself. Robin, thank you so much. This is so exciting, so generous of you to send these to us. I will let you know what we find out and what we, end up doing with them. It's exciting. It is exciting. I love a good mystery. I love a good rabbit hole to go down. And I love sharing it with all of you, and that you guys are sharing in all of this with us. And thank you for all the well wishes and everything. And again, over on My Current Obsession, I will document with photo and video the whole process of the thing on my back that we had removed and that whole thing and all of this and all that other stuff. All that's over there. And you guys have been here, and you have been wonderful, and I have been Julie. And this has been a makeup live stream because Mama was a mess on Friday and Saturday and yesterday, but feeling a little bit better today. All right. Oh, God, thank you so much. You guys are so sweet, so generous, so kind. And, well, I'll see you all real soon. Okay? Be well and be safe. Bye bye.